So let's get one from this deck to start. So the card is open-mindedness, perspective, nuance, and complexity. This and that are true. 35 or the number 8. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the like gateway of light activation or the actual, part. I just wanted to get a card from that deck to have on the side to sit with. So let's get into this Oracle deck. What is lost? This and that are true. So the first one we have is the karmic board clearing. Energetic clearing. Rewrite your story. Live your truth. Got like 5 hands on each side. Definitely with this energy fighting on your behalf. So the karmic bond or the karmic board is a congregation of spiritual beings dedicated to implementing the law of cause and effect. So they have the capacity to help us overcome any karmic blockages that are affecting us, and we can call on them to bring healing into our energy field and to clear away any patterns that are standing in the way, and to clear away any patterns that are, the ones that are in the way of our experience of love and the expression of whatever our life purpose is. So karmic blockages are often misunderstood, and many people think that a blockage is like some sort of punishment for a bad choice or wrongful behavior, but it's not. So Source is always on your side. Source is always on your side. Source is always on your side. So it wants you to have a positive experience here on earth, but it also honors our choices and experiences. So sometimes these result in whatever, karmic blockages you may have. And it is important to know that many of these blockages were actually created by, just innocent choices in, simple moments. So, for example, letting someone's bad behavior or mistreatment of us slide because we really, just wanted to see the good in them, or, choosing not to let love in because there was a part of us that was scared of the unknown. So, it's simple choices, but it has, large impacts on your life, right? So, a way to connect is imagine yourself surrounded, kind of like by that golden light again, and say thank you, karmic board, for clearing all blockages, debts, unfinished patterns, experiences, pain, psychic pain, or any other barriers that could be standing in the way of my experience of love. I think that was great. And a part of your message here is just if you are being overwhelmed by any traumatic memories or events that are painful, no, it's just because this old energy is clearing and it is no longer serving you, and that your spirit is just calling you to be, to release this and to let go, because this card comes to you at a time when you're ready to surrender the old ways and give up the old stories and know that you receiving this message means that your energetic self has been taken to like this board here, and during whatever sleep or meditation that you have, you can see your light body being cleared of all of those blockages and stories and fears, phobias, challenges, things of that nature, and your feelings being understood, and any feelings of misunderstanding are now being released, and you are ready to just move forward, right? So that's what this card has for you. Hello, hello. Okay. It says star being healing codes. Star being healing codes. So this energy is important information is coming to you. It's also the energy of wounds being healed. The same energy, right? Just that old story going away, living your truth, and recharging as well. So this card is, there are just many names for star beings, such as like ET, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. But whatever these energies are called, it's just a divinely inspired, like evolved beings existing in dimensions that we can't comprehend. It's kind of like how other, even on this plane, like bees and, things like that, they can see lights and, other things that we can't see, right? So it's things that we understand, but we can't comprehend it with our eyes, right? So there are like overseers of the cosmos and things like angels are like divine expressions of heart of source, right? And who we are dedicated to the well-being of like the entire universe. So they aren't limited by time or space. And that's that energy that is talked about in like basically all religious books and stuff, right? So they aren't limited, for they are from a higher dimension, and their frequency healings are received on a spiritual level, and they can move through our energy centers to affect the physical, right? And the cosmic beings are our interplanetary cousins, right? And they are like the energy of souls coming to Earth in support of healing, expansion, and harmony. So star beings exist in multiple forms and come in the form of like different universes, but this card is like a gateway that just transports us to one of the healing sanctuaries. So it's definitely a gateway that is open to many different, beings, and it doesn't stipulate which cosmic race is coming or, anything like that. But we will be just receiving healing codes, right, directly from cosmic guides, and, just looking to things in astrology for yourself. Maybe even, trying a different tradition of it to get like a deeper meaning, because all of it just gives you more introspection, right? So the healing can be emotional, physical, or just spiritual, however it comes, but it is a great blessing. It'll always be that, So a way to connect is just saying thank you, star beings of healing, for placing your hands of light upon my being and guiding me back to my whole and healed self. And this message is for you if the world, seems overwhelming or intense at this time. Know that it's okay for you to retreat to a a safe space to cleanse and recharge your energy. And you may feel called to be like a healer in some way for others and share like whatever way you've healed yourself with the world. But just ensure that you are balanced and filled up with your own light first. That's why it's important to like visualize that. And this is not the time for you to sacrifice your well-being in order to serve others. It's really just about, shining your light and letting other people gain from that. So light beings are placing their hands upon you now, right? And feeling your divine light, and that will wash away any blockages or stagnant energy standing in the way of your freedom and wholeness. And that's the energy that's like channeling star beings, like channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being. And it's definitely important for you to stay alert and any intuitive guidance about your body, and staying up on that so it can be you can be even more restored to health, whatever you feel like called towards at the time. So let's go to one more. Okay, and for the last card, we have the Halls of Learning, Spirit Guides, Confirmation. So the Halls of Learning is the card of Spirit Guides and confirmation and great lessons happening to you. So it's also sometimes known as the Great Halls, and they are like an etheric retreat dedicated to spiritual knowledge. It's like a training space for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. And they have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years, and have been described as like a giant, somewhat gothic university building with like marble flooring and spiral staircases. Spiral staircases. There we go. And tall bookcases. Some have said these halls are like home to the Akashic, records, things of that nature. Which is a whole different energy, right? But it's like encased in this space, I guess so. While others have wondered if they are connected like to the halls of Amenti as well, which is a whole other thing in the deck as well. But I can confirm that these are actually two different retreats, so it's two different things, right? But ultimately, this is the etheric retreat and is an ancient mystery school, and it is particularly powerful for those who are opening up to their like psychic or clairvoyant abilities. So if this gateway is like relating to you at this time, it often brings a confirmation that your psychic gifts are strengthening. And also, if the idea of an ancient mystery school in the astral realm seems familiar to you, there's a very good chance that you've been there before, and like during a dream time, or even just in between like carnations and incarnations and things like that. So these great halls are held within the heart of Source, and they're a projection of the divine mind's infinite intelligence. So when we visit them, we are connecting directly with the wisdom of Source. Ultimately, that's what it is. So even thinking about this in a way you can connect is to think about a challenging time or lesson that you are facing and say, Source and wisdom keepers of the halls of learning, thank you for revealing to me the pattern, trauma, or wound that has created this lesson so I can heal it once and for all. Then listen to like the guidance, the knowledge, and the wisdom, whatever will come after that, however long it takes, right? So your message here is that you are on a path to great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close, to support just facing challenges or just difficult circumstances. You have just moved through such a time, and you are being called to review, like, what you have learned about yourself. So, if you're still feeling overwhelmed by any past events or asking why it happened, call on source and your guides to just reveal it to you, in the pattern or the trauma or the wound that is contributing to this challenge. But if you aren't experiencing like a challenging energy, the reason is that you like made such huge progress on your journey because you have you've looked at your spiritual perspective and it's shifted so much that you can basically view every challenge as a window of opportunity. And that's what the laws of learning, that gateway, that's what that gets you to. Like that, looking at every challenge as like some way that you have were able to exceed and, level up your spiritual gifts and, develop them more. So everything comes with a lesson, and you're kind of, having that energy, not being afraid of, going through anything because you're like healed it as well. You also understand like that's the way that these beings like kind of get lessons to you, right? So let's get some tarot. Hello. So in the reverse, we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. It's kind of like the opposite of a hard time. Seven of Swords is like the energy of carrying a lot. But in the reverse, right, it's the energy of not having to have that strife or, carrying these burdens around. It's like knowing that you're capable of more, right? And really being able to be honest with yourself about your journey. So the keys here are energy of even overconfidence in yourself, and even when it's in this upright position, it's like about deception or selfishness and secrecy or betraying yourself. So being in conflict with yourself. So in the reverse, it's like a need to acknowledge the challenges in order to move forward. Kind of, the halls of learning energy. So it's a time for letting go of any self-doubt and of any attachments that are preventing any opportunities in your life, and knowing that you are capable of anything that you wish to achieve. So it is important not to limit yourself with any worry or insecurity, because this is a time to look at any situation like head on and face it in order to see where you stand. And there's a very bright light that is very far on the horizon. So when you're able to, move forward in your life and not hold something over your own head, you're able to like shine your light even further. Let's shuffle again. celebration of that triumph. So, um, it's definitely Saturn energy, and everything is coming full circle as you enter a period of resolution and enlightenment. And this is like the culmination of your efforts and hard work. So it's definitely a time to acknowledge and just celebrate your accomplishments and enjoy like the synthesis of success, fulfillment, and triumph in all that you have like undertaken on this journey. So walking through whatever trials and tribulations of life, and knowing that you have learned to grow from experience as a just powerful co-creator of your own story, you now understand that chaos that you have been through that may have affected your karmic path is just a new stage of your journey beginning over and over again. So it's really powerful to know that you can ascend past anything that's like brave, you know. And I know women who, just people especially, but definitely like ascended through the hardest of things. So if that is you, if that's the card, you know, that you connect with, I definitely understand that. So let's go ahead and get another one. I just set my deck down. Okay. At the bottom, since this is the last one, at the bottom we see the Knight of Pentacles. So, but for the last card is the Wands. Wands energy, fire as well. But the Wands all ending out is very good. It indicates, you know, direction, happening, movement, innovation, inventions, you know, facing your fears and like seeking wisdom. So it's great that came out, you know, right next to the learning card. And it also speaks to your individuality, like your own critical journey that you went on, nobody but you, just because of the choices that you may have made, the partnerships that you may have been in, and also the determination to continue no matter what. So different choices to move in different directions. So this card comes as a very powerful reminder that you are capable of anything that you wish to accomplish, and when you focus your mind toward any specific task or goal, you have acknowledged all of your options and you can now look ahead with purpose and determination. So this is also the card of just power and choice, and it may be that you will need to decide how to just divide your energy among whatever projects you have, like across your learning and your doing and your being in relationships and your navigating new opportunities. All of that, it's definitely time to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. And the energy of two, just the energy of the ace is here for you to show you like directionality, creation, and beginning, and being full of just vitality and movement and wanting things to, you know, grow. The seed of invention is like the potential to grow higher and breakthrough in consciousness, like with these codes that are coming in. like a creative outlets that you need. And it's definitely a time for self-expression and action, creation, adventure, looking to your soul purpose, focusing on your own energy and vitality, and also what you have inherited, just from your blood or whatever, like your relationships. Also, even being in the womb, we are, inheriting like sound and understanding of how the world is moving and working. So, um, yeah, just looking at that reading, definitely enjoyed this reading. Like that was a great light code reading for today.